Greetings, Chainlink Spring 2023 Hackathon viewers, participants, judges, and other interested parties. Here is my latest Web3 project, Rome Card Game. This is a fun, two-player, rich strategy game where players buy packs of NFT cards and open them up in the hopes of receiving rare cards determined by the results of a Chainlink VRF request that will enhance gameplay. Since I've got you here, let me show you how this process works. In order to acquire official Rome card game cards, players must purchase packs, an ERC20 token which is redeemable for 7 randomized Rome card game cards. It's important that players read, understand, and agree to the legal contract into which they are entering prior to purchasing the packs token, which is not an investment product, but rather a blockchain token meant to simulate the thrill and experience of opening up a pack of cards and receiving randomized cards of varying rarity. Here, the player has initialized a transaction to purchase a number of packs tokens which will be redeemed for randomized Rome card game cards. The purchase was successful. Now the player must approve the smart contract to spend the packs token. Success. Now the player will initiate a Chainlink VRF request to receive 7 random numbers which will determine the 7 Rome card game cards the player receives from opening up this pack. Patience now. The Chainlink Oracle network requires a minimum of 3 block confirmations in order to prevent reorganization attacks and provide greater security to all those building using Chainlink oracles. And wow, just like that, the Chainlink VRF request returned 7 randomized numbers which were used to return 7 random Rome card game cards to this player. These random numbers were passed to a smart contract which deterministically assigns a token URI to the NFT based on the results. Let's open another pack. And there it is. The player has received 7 more random Rome card game cards for 1 packs token. Rome card game cards are not just highly collectible, aesthetically pleasing pieces of art, but they are also functional in-game, which I will show you after I open 1 more pack of Rome card game cards. And there we go, 7 more Rome card game cards assigned by randomization and forced through a Chainlink VRF request. Did I mention these cards are usable in-game? Speaking of which, let's check out that game. Rome card game cards are enumerable ERC 721 tokens. Here the application is creating an index of the player's cards by doing a read from the blockchain state based on the wallet and the token URIs returned. The player chooses from cards in their wallet to create a deck which they will use to battle an adversary. The complete application will contain further server-side checks, using the blockchain as a source of truth to ensure that the client is not spoofing data and that they legitimately own the cards that they are presenting in their deck. Once the player has created their deck, they are ready to start battle. Players are dealt 7 cards from their deck into their hand. Each player receives 3 action points per turn. First, they place military units, then attach characters to those units to provide them with special actions and unit effects. It costs players both gold and food to place units in the field as well as keep them in the field. And as you can see from the heads-up display, there are many factors which will determine the outcome of combat in the field. The scope and ambition of this project exceeds the constraints of the hackathon format. It will take several more months to produce the hundreds of cards that I would like to offer players, as well as create the multiplayer functionality that will provide value to owners of Rome card game cards. But I'm on my way. Thanks for checking out my Chainlink Spring 2023 Hackathon submission. Questions, comments, feedback appreciated.